This evening, we're learning the homeless crisis in the Bay Area has reached new heights, literally. In Alameda County, some transients are now living in trees. Only on 5, KPIX 5's Kit Doe is live in Fremont, where he climbed up and went inside these treetop shelters. Kit?
Yeah, you know, passing by these things, if you did not know to look up, you probably wouldn't even notice that they were here. But neighbors tell us that this all started right around February when one of these tree houses went up, and then a couple months later, now we're up to 5 or 6 of them. Hello! Here in Fremont, ingenuity and desperation have brought us to this. Half a dozen tree houses nestled high up in the branches of a row of eucalyptus trees in an industrial park where they have been for months. Getting into the structures is no simple task. Some of them are 3 stories high. This one has a makeshift ladder, albeit with rungs sparsely attached. Climbing up is a lot like solving a puzzle. Once inside, you get a better look at the craftsmanship. Whoever did it likely has some experience at construction and access to power drills, cross beams, support beams underneath, and support straps above. Trash? There's a spot for that too. Neighbors tell us they use scrap wood from nearby discarded pallets. The result is remarkable. So I'm inside the tree house now. It is probably about 8 feet by about 7 feet. It's sturdy until you start to shake it a little bit, and it does wobble, but it does feel pretty sturdy at first. It's not the most glorious place to live, but I gotta say, it's probably better than sleeping on the street. This man, who went by the name of Mark, said he did not live here, but was just here admiring the construction. Would you consider now living in a tree, seeing how it's done?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea, actually.
The last time we documented homeless people living in trees was in 2017. Officers were called out, who then escorted the squatters down from the limbs, but they were nowhere near as high as the ones in Fremont today. But it looks like they won't be here for long. Crews have spent the past few days trimming and cutting off the lower limbs, and they are closing in.
I think it's actually what people would benefit from if we had the right knowledge of trees and whatnot.
And so Fremont police were actually called out to this location some time ago, and then they left. And then it turns out that this is private property. So the property owner, it was their responsibility to call those arborists to come out here and then clean it up. They've been out here for a couple of days. It looks like they've got at least a couple more days work to go. They'll be here at this spot in no time, at which point Mark tells us that he's researching his rights now on what to do. He doesn't know what's going to happen if they start taking down some of that property.